Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
I'm Joey.
I'm Dave.
This, everybody, is episode 123 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt, back from the 1 week dead. Back again. Here and now. I'm excited that we're here.
Gratefully, we were dead.
Yeah. Come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, the wonderful gravel areas of roads and places in Pennsylvania, or just playing bikes.
Yeah.
Joining us tonight is a man I am proud, very, very proud to call friend, Mr. Dave Pryor of unPAved of the Susquehanna River Valley. And we're going to talk about Pennsylvania gravel, Pennsylvania bike camping, and Pennsylvania gravel routes, and general all-around fun in the Keystone State. Welcome, Dave. It's good to have you here, buddy.
It's good to be back. It's good to see you all again. It's good to have you back on the air. It was a long and quiet and sad week last week. Just sitting refreshed on my phone the Thursday, going, where are they? Where are they?
Joey, do you know
where are they?
all of our Patreon folks canceled? Every single one of them.
That's fine.
now we're truly free. No, they didn't. They're very generous and just waited, and it was really.
No,
nice.
we stuck out. We We understand.
I didn't want to do it. Was it was a weird week, so I just
I forgot. It was like Thursday, and Brian was like, "Oh, we didn't do a podcast." So,
well, I knew we didn't do a podcast. Oh. So Dave, I have one question before we get started. Do the people at Susquehanna River Valley, the Tourism Bureau, do they actually know all the goodness that they're getting because of Mid-Atlantic GTD always says Susquehanna River Valley? It's off the rails.
They have not brought it out loud.
Okay.
The dogs know. I mean, the dogs are clearly fans.
Max, come here, buddy.
That's the first time Max has done that.
It's the first time he's ever done that. I think he saw somebody come in.
Well, you took my neighbor's parking spot, so that's why.
Well, he put his boat in my normal parking
throwing everything
spot.
off.
Yeah. But it's, you know what? This is normal.
Oh, Maryland problems.
Yeah.
My dog knows all the cars that are coming out of here, and there's a weird one. Like, that's a new truck.
Okay.
It's really weird.
Well, it's getting the hairy eyeball now.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I can't help it. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are we drinking today, boys? Joey, you're up first. What do you got over there?
I'm finishing a cup of Bullet. And then I found this yesterday at the at Mike's. It's weird. It was my first experience of no masks in an establishment where no one was wearing them, and I was. So I didn't know what to do with my hands.
So you bought beer.
So I bought beer and I bought bourbon. It's volcano sauce.
Very
sour
grown
ale.
up. That's
It's brewed with blackberries, blueberries, milk sugar, and vanilla.
Hold up. What kind? What?
Aslan Beer Co. Fierst Wyckoff Berlin. Oh,
what? Are you reading the different language?
It was brewed in Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay. It's a sour. A crack of the week. It's a sour. That's what I was after.
Ooh, man, look, it's purple.
Well, of course, with all those purple things.
See, I love berries. That's why I went with it.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
But what's the alcohol percentage of that?
It's like 9.
Holy
and
cow.
It's one of. There's been so many beers. I've been buying all the beers in like the bigger can 4-packs.
Yeah.
They're also using like cardboard little. I always joke with Jess about the sea turtles and stuff because all the Gatorades and stuff she buys have all the plastic. and I'm like anti-plastic. So it's
Oh, I got so just so you know, I was at the Georgia Sea Turtle Rescue. And
Oh, yeah?
they were doing
did they
these
put
little
a turtle on your wrist?
No, they're doing these little bracelets that are made from recycled bottles. So I put one on just to honor the sea turtles.
That's smooth. That's like good
Is
and
it?
smooth. It's not bitter either.
Nice. I'm gonna have to try that.
Very
at some
much
point.
like.
Dave, what do you got in front of you tonight?
Pro tip on those can holders. Real quick on those can holders, though.
Yeah.
At least the local breweries I go to will take them back and reuse them on 4-packs and
The
such. So
plastic or the cardboard?
the plastic ones that sit on top of the
Oh,
new
yeah.
tall boy can things,
Yep.
like they usually come in 4 and 6, so they attach at the very tippy top of the can.
Oh yeah, it's weird because like the ones I got with this and elastic was almost like a really flimsy cardboard. Like it held up, but I'm afraid of dropping all the beer when I carry it.
Yeah. So it was cardboard on the
yeah.
top.
Yeah,
Okay,
but the ones I've been seeing a lot, like what Dave's been talking about, I didn't realize I should save those.
okay.
Anyway, a little bit helps.
I guess
Yeah,
so,
save
Dave.
those and take them.
You'd have to get them from the brewery. You'd have to kind of have that back and forth with the
Yeah,
brewery.
but Calvert Brewery, I could take them back up too.
Yeah. Okay.
I drink a lot of beer.
Exactly. What do you have a relationship with? Yeah. Ask and say, would you want my 4-pack holders?
Yeah.
And they say yes or no. So
I feel like you're uncool if you buy 6-packs now.
Yeah. Super uncool.
There's so many 4-packs.
right.
Dave, what do you got? I'm sure you've got some fantastic beer in
So
front of you.
weird.
What do you got?
I do.
Ooh, that is
have
beautiful.
Gorgeous can.
Very fancy label from Bond Brewing in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It's their a Hell's Mosaic Pale Lager, brewed entirely with pale malt and mosaic hops.
I like the
And
can.
it's quite delicious, and I'll crack the weekend too.
Ta-da.
Oh, I'm the oddball. I already opened mine.
Cheers, Dave.
So I have Joey gave me a baby boy beer, a Pacifico. He said, "Brian, do you want a baby beer or a little boy?" No, you called it a little boy beer.
it's you could drink all day that beer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. It's a good on a hot summer day beer.
I've already had 8 of them, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all good.
You look like it.
No, it is. It's a nice light summer beer. I think was what we referred
That's
to.
good
it
with a
as.
little Old Bay and lime on the top when you
rim?
crack it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't get any of that.
for all you
fanciness.
Marylanders,
I didn't get any of that fanciness, but
I don't like Old Bay.
I also have, in addition to my beer, Joey gave me a nice little espresso
Espresso
cup of Bullet bourbon. Should I try them both? I feel very dainty drinking this out of this tiny little cup. Good stuff. All right, let's get caught up with what's happened since we last sat around a table and talked into a can. Joey, what's going on in your world, buddy?
Well, we had like 2 weeks of no podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 weeks in the bike industry world is about 2 months. Which that part of it, I did take off like 5 days. I stayed in Pennsylvania, drive the whole length north to south of Pennsylvania to get up to Hancock, New York, or Starlight, PA.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed in Starlight, went fishing for like 5 days straight.
Nice.
Stay at one of those. They call it a lodge. I wouldn't take my wife there. No offense. I wouldn't take my significant other. Like it's just a bedroom, cold shower, and a grill. Because we're always on the river. The only thing I didn't do this year was take my bike. Because the gravel around there is amazing. But I'm usually in the water fishing. But fishing and bike shop stuff. I mean, that kind of really sums it up. I've been riding other than
Yeah,
the week off. Getting ready for the Memorial Day metric. I'm trying to ramp up.
What's a Memorial Day metric?
I don't know, just something I'm putting together.
You're putting
I
together?
always do it. We didn't do it last year because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We did it 2 years ago. It's just always kicks off the season for good rides.
Where do you do it?
Last year I did it, or 2 years ago. I like doing it out of Callaway over in St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
What it allows is we start at 7 a.m. If you want to do 25 miles, we come back to the parking lot.
Okay.
Those people can go home, and then the rest of us go to Point Lookout.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, and then you have people that don't want to do the first half, and
Yeah.
I try to make it convenient for everyone.
And then if you got a different schedule during the day, because it's obviously a day of celebration, picnics
Yeah.
and things like that.
I try to put
going
together
on.
good rides when
Nice.
I ride. There's food all the time,
Nice.
bathrooms, water. I mean, 63 is far for some. It's not far for others.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
But it's perfect.
Yeah, other than that, me and Jess had a good couple of long rides. I mean, a longer ride for us. Jess is riding more than running lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I did. So I think since this podcast, I signed us up for unPAved,
Okay.
the 90.
Yeah.
I have to do that.
I text Dave because I wasn't.
I'm going to do it today.
I texted Dave late at night. I saw the jersey thing. The shop was closing down. I'm like, oh, I need to buy a kit, and then I'm like, oh, I need to sign up, and then I got in, but I thought there was like a lottery and all the other stuff. I'm like, did I get in, or is this like a? And then he texted, joke, and then because I also woke up like at 5 o'clock the next morning and I was like, man, I'm either bugging him late at night or early in the morning. And then I waited a little bit, and he's like, no, as if you got in, you got in. So,
And woke up worried that you actually did get in.
Yeah.
I am clicking on the registration links as we talk, so it'll be open on my computer. I'm ready. I'm doing it, Dave.
Jess wanted something on the calendar ready to do. We're gonna make a weekend out of it.
You know,
I have to listen to our old podcast to figure out what was the best hotel to stay at. And I think it was the Rusty Rail, right?
I don't know if they have availability. They only have a handful of rooms, but that would be a pretty awesome place.
But wasn't
to
there
stay
something you were teaming? I think me and Brian talked about possibly staying in the hotel in town that was right.
Staying in town, yeah.
Wherever you guys stayed,
So,
Yeah.
There's one in town. There's a lot of hotels around there.
Yeah.
There's a few that are on the main drag, the highway that
Yep.
you kind of avoid being on. So there's a lot of hotels on that.
Yeah.
Really good ones. There's one very cool old, my daughter think it's haunted hotel right on Main Street, which I think is a great place. I don't think it's that haunted. If it is, it's haunted by good people who used to live there. So what could go wrong? Rusty Rail does have rooms. There's camping all around there. Then the new thing coming, the Miller Center, where we have the start finish again now.
Yep.
That family-owned business, whatever they are, conglomerate, is building a hotel next to the Miller Center.
Oh, nice.
And that should be up and operational by the end of the summer, certainly by unPAved.
Cool.
They're going to send up some special rates and deals for our participants because they are excited. You know, they certainly know and love unPAved. They invite us there from the get-go. So we will have something worked out with them, and that is right at the start finish.
Oh, we want something. I'm going to use the word convenient. Like I didn't want to stay way outside of town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if
Could
we
not
want
be more convenient.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Airbnbs are all over. The other hotels are way out. I was like, well, if we could walk to something, maybe ride our bikes. That's what we're making a nice weekend out of it.
Well, wherever
nice
you
long weekend out of it. Yeah, come up Thursday. I'll be there. And,
I think we are going to leave after work Thursday or very early Friday and stay through Monday afternoon.
Can you whatever you do for your hotel arrangements?
You want to split a bed with me and make Jess sleep on the other bed?
Well, I thought we'd get a room and then we'd make Jess have her own room.
Oh,
I thought we'd do it that way.
Sure.
But just make sure you let me know.
Awkward.
Well, we can always
welcome
double
to my life.
Yeah.
No, what I just need
we
to know.
We could do 2 rooms and you and Larry could.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be somebody in the other room, but I just want to make sure that because you registered and didn't tell me you're registering, and then I was like,
it was late at night. I didn't know if I even got in.
Well, I'm up late, so you can just make sure you roll me into the conversation. Does that make sense with regards to, the whole thing there going on? So. Let's see. My world, Dave. I know we got stuff we want to talk about with you, so I'm going to do a real quick kind of thing here. And
I heard you caught fish this morning.
I catch fish every day, Dave.
I caught fish yesterday. I didn't think me and Brian told each other we were fishing. We fish conveniently from our own houses. That's all.
Yeah, it's tough for us. I mean, it's.
I don't want to drag my stuff up there, and vice versa.
Well, I have boats that you could come use, so. I know.
All right. I didn't think about that. I'm just going to show up one day and say,
you could do that. Yeah. You can absolutely do that. I'm concerned that we haven't gotten any chat.
I don't think we're actually live.
You don't think we're live?
No.
I actually don't think we're
no,
live
it's
either.
not popped up on YouTube yet. Which is still okay.
It was on Facebook. I tried sharing it to unPAved. We'll see.
Maybe we're on the wrong channel. Maybe something's not working. But we're just going to keep going.
We are on Facebook.
We're going to keep going.
Yep.
We're going to keep going. I don't know what's going on.
2 people are watching on Facebook. So
Yep. People
Where
probably
am I?
thought
Where am
we just totally discontinued the podcast after last week.
Just 1 week. After 2 years, we were off for 1 week. And
2.5 years of nonstop.
It's got some reactions.
There we go. There you go. Jess is on Facebook, but I think YouTube's got a glitch. I think YouTube's
No
actually
worries.
so. Like Ray said, no worries. This is an extra. Rothrock Grit is coming up at the beginning of June. Dave, I will see you there. I'm going to be there. We've got a wonderful little Airbnb. Larry's going to be there. I think Nadine's going to be there. Some other folks. I think Amanda's coming. I'm going to do an open mic at Packet Pickup on Friday.
Ooh.
And anybody can just stop by, give a shout out, whatever you want to do. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your adventure. I'm excited about that. It's truly going to be open mic. And I hope, Dave, that you'll stop by there as well. I have got my adventure cycling gap trips coming up. I leave Friday. So we've got another.
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday.
Oh,
and I'm
jeez.
gone all next week. So we got another issue. next week.
I'll actually set up a nice YouTube live.
Okay.
I did it one time while you're gone.
Yeah.
It was okay.
And we'll just do that. But that's my world. I'm riding the bike today. I get my ass kicked today by the wind. Oh my goodness! It was coming straight out of the southeast kind of window.
Yep.
Which when I do my north-south run, I had that headwind busting me in the chops all the way home today. And I looked on my app on my phone as I was riding down the road, and it's like, oh, winds from the southeast at 7 miles an hour. Pass, not even hardly. And then I looked on the windy app, and I got home, and I was like, oh, gusting to 20 plus.
Oh, yeah, 7 with the gusts were.
Gotta be kidding. Actually, Windy said 10 with 10 mile an hour or 20 mile an hour gusts, which didn't even feel like a gust. There was like nothing going on between them. So I don't know. Okay, Dave.
So
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Dave's turn. I want to hear Dave talk about his ride this weekend before he gets into unPAved and stuff.
Yeah,
that looked like fun.
Dave, we want to hear all about your adventure. So bring us up to speed, Dave, with what's going on in your world.
My world is good. My world was great this weekend. Few friends. We're all either. I think we all had second shot in. So we're now at that, like, we're at the close enough percentage of things we can hang out. We're at the 90% vaccinated. Good enough. Let's at least camp and be outside.
Nice.
And we all stayed outside and kept space except when we reach in each other's coolers, but that was fine. We went out to this section of the PA Wilds, which is it's almost the entire northwest corner of Pennsylvania. It's gigantic. And it's a bunch of counties, and we rode in 2 state parks. We camped at one for 3 nights. And I just had one of those weekends we used to do all the time where a few people from different areas that, usually we'd see each other once a month at events. And now we hadn't seen each other in 15. And we convened on this great park in the middle of Pennsylvania. And we camped and had fires and cooked things together, and may have had a hidden beer once in a while, but generally not because of state parks. And went on 2 absolutely brilliant, spectacular bike rides. And just living the dream. It was wonderful.
Now, where did you get the routes? I know we talked about this, David. You and I talked about this earlier today. Where you got the routes? It's just the coolest story behind this.
It's a really cool story. It's a really good group. There's a nonprofit called the Pennsylvania Environmental Council, and their catchphrase is conservation through collaboration. They bring agencies, state governments, local businesses, trail groups, and they just work to make the outdoors in Pennsylvania better and better and better and better and better. Whether it's getting dirty on a trail day, or muddy out in, helping clean water, or working in Harrisburg, our state capital, on policy and legislation. There's a regular newsletter that says this is currently up for debate. Everyone should be interested in this, and they do so much work.
Wow.
It really, the state wouldn't be the same without them. And one of the things that is part of their mission is to get people outside and recreate in the great outdoors, because then you get more advocates and allies. And certainly last year they was overwhelmed with people in the great outdoors in Pennsylvania, and they're doing a lot of programs around that. probably the best way to describe what I was doing is it's something they set up in 2019, was a one-day bike ride in Blackmore Shannon State Park, which has just, a fabulous gravel network. Just beautiful stuff along the creeks and up through the hills and the trees and the forests and just a wide variety of terrain. And they had one in 2019. Couldn't have one in 2020. So what they did is set up 6 routes all around the state in different areas of public lands. They call it the Peck Public Lands Rides, and put the routes up. And the website had some great route descriptions, what you would find, the photos, and it was nice long form. Like you could really read it and get the idea of where you're going to be at, and little tricks and tips. And like you want to look through the double track and go through the gate. It was pretty cool.
And those routes are on their website. I just dropped into the comments a link to their website. It's pecpa.org.
Yep.
And those routes that you're talking about, you can find on their website. Is that correct?
That is correct. I will drop in a link. So last year they have a blog, and that's actually a pretty cool thing to go through and just see how much stuff they go through and things that they're on top of and aware of and should all be aware of. And one of those, the one from last year, it brings up all those routes. And then what they're doing this year is they are bringing back the one day, and that'll be October 2nd, which is the Saturday or Sunday, whatever, the weekend before unPAved, which is kind of a nice, you should spend the whole week up here is what you guys should do.
Joey, could you get a whole week off of the bike shop?
Oh, man.
Isn't
Joey just
bike shops are closed in October? Don't the bike shops close down?
That's right. That's right.
You forgot. Every shop forgot.
Maybe we'll do it this year.
Right. So they're doing the one day, but they are also putting all the routes up as ride them anytime. So that is what we did this weekend. Is we rode 2 of them because they're very close to each other, about an hour apart.
Nice. I'm going to tell you, that sounds like such a cool organization. Now they're a nonprofit.
They are a nonprofit.
Nonprofit. So obviously they run by the good graces of grant money that they get. But also, is it a membership kind of organization?
There is a membership. Such as unPAved is a member. There's definitely ways to donate and become members of it.
Yeah. I want to actually look at that, because I tell you, that it sounds like they're doing, there's a lot of disparate pieces that people do it for bike, they do it for hiking. There's all these organizations that do things within different specialties. But it sounds to me, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, that this is an organization that basically is taking it on as an umbrella kind of thing and said, we want to get you out and about in the state, and we want to make sure that these things are still there for you. Is that kind of correct?
Yeah. Yes. While they're doing like the really hard work, what they need is people who are aware and care and also vote based off of that. And so, I contact our local state rep when there's some piece of legislation that affects the roads. In fact, our friend Dan, who does Quick and the Dead, is on top of that with some of the Department of Transportation rules that are kind of affecting events in Pennsylvania right now, and say, contact, and I need to get that word out too. So it's part about being a grown-up is how to protect these things, and voting with your votes and voting with your voice when something comes up is important. And this is a great group that kind of does a lot of that for you, so you don't have to necessarily read every piece of legislation that comes through.
Joey. I feel like it's kind of like a Bike Maryland thing, where Bike Maryland does it, but specifically within the framework of cycling. But it sounds like this is taking it to another level. It's outdoors, and there's all these different ways for you to get out there. And we're on top. That's a massive, massive undertaking. Kudos, man.
They're a big group. Yeah, it's a big agency.
The one thing I always either realize after I see stuff like Dave's ride, or I drive and spend time in PA. First one, take no offense, Dave. I always feel like most of PA is behind on times. Like, it always feels old school up there, and I love it.
That's a good thing.
No, I love it.
That's a good thing.
But PA has worked so hard to get public access everywhere. Maryland's horrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's ridiculous. And you go up in PA and you spend time there, and even like where the lower part of New York and the Catskills, they put so much time into making things accessible. And the politics behind it. I'm like, Maryland sucks.
So Florida is I spend a lot of time in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's kind of the same way.
Are they working on it?
The little pocket parks.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, it's like you can be in this big, ritzy waterfront neighborhood, but you're going to find somewhere as a member of the general public that you can drop in and enjoy that water. You don't have any of that here in Maryland.
I get so jealous of places like PA and all.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I do know it's a lot of hard work.
There's places all over Florida where you can launch kayaks to fish, right in the middle of $1 million homes. And it's, and I feel like you're talking, it's the same thing that Pennsylvania's got that. Do you know that Maryland has a law on the books that every time there's a public roads project that involves a bridge, they're required by law to put in a kayak launch alongside it.
Get out.
But public water access, but they're not doing it. Did you know that? Did you know?
I just put my kayak in wherever I want.
There we go. So,
it's like, bikes. I'm always afraid anywhere I ride around here that doesn't look right, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble.
Well, we've gotten in trouble before.
Yeah, we have.
remember?
A couple times. We've been chased out of a lot of places.
I've heard those episodes.
Those are stories that are good.
Sorry, sir. We're just doing this for the story.
Making content. We're making content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're influencers in the wild.
We're influencing people. We just told a whole bunch of people to come here to your place. You think it's bad now, chasing us out?
We're promoting tourism.
Wait do you see what happens next weekend?
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. I just want... freaking PA is rich in everything.
We have a lot of public lands, yeah.
And
our state park system is fantastic.
I say the behind the times with compliment. Not behind the times, but it just feels like I don't know, there's so much crap here.
I like that. I like the idea of being able to go someplace that's got a little bit of a kind of a connection to the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think a lot comes from having a large Amish and Mennonite community.
Yeah.
Kind of there's a level of grounding with a lot of this that you don't need
That's
much more than what they have. Now, granted, I've saw Mennonites with weed whackers this weekend, and that's always entertaining.
Well, they're actually not any motors. They just pull it real hard and
they seem to get a little looser every year with some of the things that they.
Well, it's the Mennonites will actually.
Well,
use
Mennonites
that.
can, straight Amish.
That's a different group. Yeah.
There are Mennonites around here, Dave. St. Mary's, the county next to us, has a good community of them.
Yeah.
But I love sitting at a stoplight over in Loveville and like a Mennonite rolls up with a 450 dually and a horse trailer. I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to work. But props to them.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of my shopping for vegetables and groceries and stuff over there.
It's fun when you go to the farmer's market and they've got the wagons with the horses milling about.
They do that They do that at our kayak launch.
But what you'll see is then an F-150 will pull up behind it, unload the corn into the wagon, and then pull away.
I don't want to get on like a big side tangent, but they'll show up to our kayak shop over at the launch. It'll be a horse and buggy with like 6 canoes strapped on top of it. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
And they pull out. They'll work on. They'll go over there and they'll like fell a tree. They'll drop a tree and then chop up all the wood and they'll bring it all back out
on the canoes.
Yeah, and then they'll load it up on multiple horse and buggies.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
That is
anyway,
cool.
Let's get back to David PA.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a super cool organization. Everybody, the link is here. It's pecpa.org. Go over there, check them out. Take a look. Dave, you put the link directly to the blog post. It's got the links on all the information on the public lands rides that they've got on the website for this year that you just did and had a fantastic
And you can also get to their October 2nd event, and they're going to have 25, 45, and 65-mile routes, and all the proceeds go to helping PA be better, help the trail development and water conservation and all the good things.
Dave, you said that unPAved is a supporter or member of their organization. What is that? What kind of donation requires that, and what how do you do that? Is there something you can do on their website for that too?
There is a join us button in the upper right as individuals or as organizations, and unPAved is an organizational member. Granted, that was last year, now it's such a year ago. I don't remember what I did. We donated apparently $100. That's a business organization.
I think it'd be cool to do.
Ones you can go.
I think it'd be cool to do that, Joey. Gravel Travel Dirt should support something like that. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
I have a yes, we should do that. I also have a good GTD sponsored event.
Okay.
Remember we talked about it?
Yep.
I just wanted to say it out loud before I forget. I'm held accountable now.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'd be
In the
willing
show
to
notes.
pitch in and stuff as GTD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
good.
That's
They're a really good group. And they also helped out with unPAved. Like they were the ones doing the drop bag shuttle service. They have ideas on to make that better. And, 'cause that's part of it too, is like pack in your stuff, pack out your stuff. So kind of part of their mission.
I love it. That's fantastic, Dave.
They're great. And yeah, so on that page, you can check out a lot of routes, and I highly recommend the Black Moshannon is what we rode on Saturday. And it was a 60-some mile ride. We did make a diversion into a town to get water, and we ended up getting delicious baked goods from a small stand. And
I saw the pictures of that.
and-
I saw the pictures of that.
Whoopie pies.
And my
Whoopie
buddy
pie.
Dave Dwalkham, who writes cookbooks, and I take him everywhere because, he makes the best food at camp. I've had pasta for tonight. We should bring some of this garlic bread back. So we cut it. We tore it up into small chunks so it all fit in our little packs and things like that.
Nice.
And pumpkin bread loaf and so much good things. And then stopped at a sandwich shop and had beers and the deepest pizza I've had east of Chicago in their lawn.
I should have been to this or that. Are you a big fan of the
Great
deep
idea.
dish? The deep dish pizza?
I am. I went to high school in North Chicago. Yeah, we can this or that. I will take a tomato mess. Yeah.
I'd rather have just a regular.
Have you not had that place in Harper's Ferry up in town off of Main Street that has it's like an hour-long wait? It's freaking like the size of your hand deep.
No, I've never had that.
Do they put the cheese on top or on the bottom?
Ooh,
I
wait a
don't. I
minute.
couldn't tell you right off the bat.
That just took a magical turn with cheese on the bottom.
I've never heard of that.
Deep dish pizza, the cheese is on the bottom. It's a really thick sauce on top.
That sounds amazing.
It is.
Okay, well,
And you better do a 100-mile, 200-mile ride shortly thereafter. 'Cause
I need
it does
somebody
not
to
sit well.
I'm going to do a change my mind. Somebody bring me some deep dish pizza, change my mind. I think that's a challenge that I would actually really appreciate somebody taking on. Okay, Joey, Strava Club. What's going on in the world of Strava?
All right, let's see. Strava.
Because I won it this weekend with my rides. The Strava Club is, I own it.
Can we just say Dave, or do I have to?
No, we can say Dave.
Can you say Jill Morgan? Jill Morgan is a friend of mine, and she's been brought up 3 or 4 times on this, which is pretty awesome.
She's what is that? What she got a name? East Coast Jill, I think it was.
That or she's Velotan on a lot of things. But yeah,
No.
Jill she rocks. She would have been on this weekend, but she's big with the high school mountain bike league in Pennsylvania, and they had an event this weekend. So but she would have been there with us.
She at some point was in our Strava Club top shout outs.
A number of times. That's what I'm saying. Like 3 or 4 times she's been brought up
Yeah.
on the Strava Club.
And I can't remember where she's from or something. Dave, where are you?
Norristown. She's from Norristown.
Where were you on the list, Dave? I don't see you on
Number 1. I am number 1 on your list.
from last week.
No, just because I had a great weekend. I don't know what my mileage was.
I'm looking at mileage. I'm going,
hold
well, I
on,
want to
real
give him
quick.
credit.
Remember that person I told you that got mad at us at our store because we're still doing masks?
Yeah.
He just wrote on our Facebook page.
Oh no, I gotta check that out.
So that's going to be good when I get off.
Yeah.
Yay. Are we at Strava Club still?
We're at Strava Club. We're at Strava
All right,
Club.
John
Yes, sir.
Bisnet,
Bisnet.
from Wilmington, North Kakalaki with 186.7.
Good job, John.
Christopher Averett from Cincinnati, Ohio. Man, we're getting them from all over. 139.9.
I think he is the long lost Averett brother.
Oh,
He's the fourth one that isn't there 3.
that's Averett, not Abbott.
Oh, I don't know. I just
Gary Collins.
I try to be funny, and Joey just shuts me down.
Well, I can spell.
okay.
Gary Collins from Murray, Kentucky, with 156.8 miles.
Yay, Kentucky.
We are at 135.5 to break into the top 100.
That's up.
We are up to 729 from whatever we were before.
I want to say that we're up like 15 members.
Oh,
So from
well,
the
we
last
haven't done
time,
this in about a year.
Yeah.
So Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
So our YouTube subscriber update, Joey has gone back to the beard, away from just the mustache. But if you thought that was funny, wait till you see me with one. We are at 996 subscribers. That's just 4 away from apparently YouTube's magic, like once you get to 1,000 subscribers thing. But I think Wes set the mark at 2,000. But I don't really care. I think when
Does he have to be here to
it's true. We didn't even address the pink elephant in the room that Wes isn't here.
Wes is doing.
He's outside the Zoom room knocking still. Like,
Yeah.
hello?
Wes is
Miss you.
he may actually be in the Zoom room, and we're just he's watching us. We're not paying any attention. I don't know. Maybe we'll do the mustache thing when we hit 1,000. So just 4 more, Joey. What do you think?
I had a mustache for a couple episodes.
But ain't nobody ever seen me with a mustache, and it's kind of scary. So
I can picture it pretty.
It's with the no teeth now. I think it's going to be really, really strange.
That will be something.
Come on, folks. Let's get Brian to look weird. All right, Dave. Let's circle back again and let's talk about unPAved. So we talked about Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
what's going on in the world of unPAved?
It's going well. We are at what was we at last check? We are at 900. We are at 900 registered riders for unPAved as of this very moment.
Because I just clicked the button and hit subscribe, or not subscribe, hit register.
Ding! You win. You're number 900. I'll shut it down now.
And thank you, Dave.
Oh, thank you. So we have 771. That means we only have 29 spots left in the full 120 and the Plenty 90 course. The full 120 overnighter is sold out at 65 spots because I thought we would get 30, and we got 65. So I had to go rent more tent spaces at Popatty. I need to also. I'm a little worried about how everyone's going to fit, but we'll figure it out. Everyone's going to get to make good friends over the weekend. I'm really excited how the reaction and the response, that's the word, has been for the overnighter. I think there's a lot we could do with that in the years ahead. Maybe even not just that weekend, but we can get into that later. Some paved, we have 130 signed up. I know there's been some questions about the unPAved courses. They are not gravel heavy. I'll be very blunt and honest with that. I just drove a lot of it on Monday, kind of see if I could find some more gravel roads out there somewhere, a quarter mile here or a half mile there. But it's beautiful. It's some of the most beautiful rolling farm country we'll ever go through. There's a few highlights of gravel that are really kind of fun and like, oh, okay, cool. And then you're just back on super smooth road. And two things I'll say about it. One, the line I've been using is also a lot less hills than our gravel routes. You are not climbing into the Bald Eagle State Forest, and you're not climbing all around the Bald Eagle State Forest, and you're not climbing back out of the Bald Eagle State Forest. You're staying in the valley, the Susquehanna River Valley. So more light rollers, less mountains. No mountains, in fact. But what it also does, I think it's important, I think the gravel bikes, they're also just some of the best road bikes we've been making in the last 10 years.
No joke. You're right. Yeah.
I think that's actually as much of a difference as anything else with gravel bikes or drop bar bikes that are knobby and can handle the terrain, but they're also more relaxed and just smoother and better on pavement as well than twitchy Euro race bikes that we were pushing, myself included. I worked at Bicycling Magazine during that guy's heyday, and we were pushing every fast, twitchy Euro bike and the bikes of the Tour de France all the time, and that's what everyone would have. And I have them, and I love them, and there's one in the Zoom behind me, and yeah, they are super fun and cool, but they're not what everyone should be riding. They're not relaxed and comfortable, but these gravel bikes are, and they ride as smooth and as well on pavement as they do on gravel roads. And,
yeah, I agree.
So I think it'll help showcase what those bikes can do beyond the gravel.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that. As I drove around, I'm like, this is still going to be pretty damn good day for people. And they will still stop at the Rusty Rail Brewing Company, and that's important.
Nice.
There's always that.
So
yeah, we're at the 900 total of the 1,200 total that we're going to have for unPAved, or 300 spots left to go.
I want to do something here real quick. I just clicked on the Bike Reg page, and I'm looking through just the Plenty 90, and I want to give a shout out to some teams.
Ooh, yeah.
There's people here. Some of these names really jumped out at me as like super fun. Hup United.
Oh yeah, that's out of New England.
Rainbow Gravel, Team Taper, Waddy Inc. Gravel Collective. I like that. I like that name. Millersburg Velo, Through It All Body Shop, Velo Pigs. That's over in Virginia, right?
And through it all is down in Mount Gretna. Yeah.
Panhandle Peddlers,
Ooh.
Shark Tooth Cycling, Wooden Wheels,
They're cool.
Sturdy Girl Cycling. Like
That's
that.
a great group. They're awesome. They're a lot of fun.
Philly Bike Expo,
Yeah.
Petunia Mafia. Love that.
Who are they?
Let's see. I don't want to call out people's names, but Wheel Dicks, the All Mail Review. I like that.
Hello.
Let's see. Dirty Kittens, obviously in there. 217 Cycling, the Instigators.
They're
more.
a good group.
Here's more Sturdy Girl. There's a lot of Sturdy Girl. They pop up quite a bit.
We have 200 and over 211 right now. Women signed up across all the categories.
Hot damn.
I'm really happy. Not proud. I'm happy about that.
This is the Rothrock group, Happy Valley Women's. They're there. RVA Gravel. There was another one that down here towards the bottom, kind of. Oh, Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. There's some people signed up for that.
There's 3.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. Me.
Well, dang.
Well, I told you I just completed my registration, and I have got. Oh, this one I like. Unattached. You just put unattached. There's a few Gravel Stoke folks in here. Joey, I'm going to throw this out there because it's something I just thought of when I was looking through the team names. If anybody would like to change their affiliation or register with the affiliation of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt, I will have a fancy dandy sticker pack for them.
Nice.
At unPAved. How you like that, Joe? How you like that idea, Joey?
We're going to have stickers by unPAved? I think I have a few left.
No, I got a bunch. I got a bunch.
You're like the sticker mule.
Yeah. Every time I see the 50,
you get around with sticker mule.
Yeah. Every time I see the 50 for like $10, I buy them just with something random. So I do have a bunch of stickers. Anybody that registers for unPAved or changes their registration to Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt to become a part of who we are.
I'm going to invite that customer that left me a bad review to come up.
You should. I think that'd be a
GTD.
Yeah, a fantastic idea. But we will have a sticker pack for him. Yes, Dave.
Would you mind if I one up you right now?
Sure, absolutely.
I will give anyone who signs up with Mid-Atlantic GTD 20% off registration.
How you like that?
Wow.
How you like that?
And in the next 5 minutes.
Well, there's nobody on YouTube watching this. So
I would have actually said during the episode, during this. Yeah. But let's keep it open through June.
Oh, Ted is here. Oh, man, I forgot to put a team name, but please, no stickers. Well, thank goodness. At least we're out there somewhere.
I have some love you buys for Ted.
Yeah, Ted, I'm going to give you a bunch of love you buys.
Or if anyone who's already signed up, let me know, and then I will kick you back 20%. So all listeners, let's just do that. Or 100. Let's say 100 of the listener. First 100 by June, 20% off.
Okay. Do we have a
and merch too, and merchandise too, because I don't want to bother hitting all the buttons. I'm just gonna yes, all things.
All things.
Are you going to have a second store open? Is it going to be during unPAved for kits?
For the Volet kits, we will do one more in. I think it's the end of July.
There you go, Brian.
That can get picked up in. That you can pick up at the event.
Now,
and then post event, we'll do another order as well.
Now everybody can see me again.
Now you can get an unPAved kit.
The Giro stuff, which we have gloves and socks, and the long sleeve kind of trail jersey that we're doing with Giro, those are up on the reg page. And I think cycling caps are really nice by Volet. They're made in America.
So
I wear mine all the time.
So how's it going to work, Dave? One more time, how's it going to work?
It'll be the coupon code will be Mid-Atlantic GTD. So all one word slapped together. Capital M-I-D, capital A for Atlantic, then capital GTD.
Okay, let me make sure. I'm going to actually put it in here. So a capital M, a capital A, and a capital GTD.
GTD.
Gotcha. GTD, coupon code, get you 20%?
20% off. Anyone who's a listener who's already signed up, let me know. And we'll work it out. And then, but also go in and change your team name
Nice.
I'll go in and change your team name for you as I'm figuring out the.
I think you just unpacked a bunch of work for yourself, Dave.
Yeah, never mind. Change your own damn team name to get the stickers.
your own team name.
You can do on your own, but I'll make it worth your while.
Fantastic. Now, let's unpack something here for unPAved. So COVID, I mean, obviously things
still
are
a thing?
changing so rapidly.
Fast.
Are you going to adjust with the flow as we get towards
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What we have on the website now, and I've not updated it recently because the state regulations change at the end of this month, so I'll revisit it then. At the end of this month in Pennsylvania, all restrictions on group sizes are clear. There are no more restrictions on group sizing. Masks there's still things with masks about indoors and stuff, and people can choose what they want to do, and I need to look at that stuff. Being outdoors, it seems like it's within 3 feet now is what my university is doing.
Okay.
But so much of that is changing. So
I wish we could just make it like 2 words when it comes to COVID: be smart and do what's right, and respect what people.
Or stay home, which would be smart.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, because honestly, Maryland has lifted all their mask mandates.
Yeah.
But if I go to
really?
a business, everything's done. When you go and social distancing, they're not even saying social distancing anymore. But when I go,
there's certain,
ready.
like Prince
I'm ready
George's
for
County,
that, but I'm not quite ready for that. Like, you know what I mean?
Agree.
Like,
Prince George still has a indoor mask mandate.
well,
People can't, like, this guy that comes in and blah blah. He's like the guy that, like, oh, my right,
Technically,
he probably has a pair of truck nuts hanging from his Prius.
technically,
But he's like,
technically though, it's not true because Hogan, when he released that thing, he actually rescinded the local health department's ability to make mandate.
even though Prince George's has a mandate right now.
Right, so they're actually at odds as to whether or not that's technically.
Calvert has a mandate for government offices still.
Government offices are still closed.
Yeah, but if you, so we were looking at the fine print today when this lovely gentleman came in and yelled.
Yeah. Well, here's my take on it.
It's not a big deal. Wear a mask for a little bit.
Be smart. Yeah. And if I walk up to the door of a business and it says mask preferred, I'm going to put a mask on. Guess what? I got it in my pocket to carry it with me everywhere I go.
Well, don't be a Jerry about it.
And just don't be a jerk. If somebody says they want you to, they'd ask you, because you don't know. We don't know as consumers.
I don't carry my COVID card on my head.
Yeah, but we don't know as a consumer what's going on in somebody else's world.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue what somebody in your shop or another shop or a business or a restaurant might be up against. Mm-hmm. So if they say, you know what, man, please wear a mask, I'm going to wear a mask. I don't care.
And it is their livelihood to stay in business. They've had such a hard 15-some months, 16 months now.
Yeah.
Respect the companies you care about and go into, and they're just trying to stay in business right now. So many of them are scraping by. If they are worried about their employees, wear a mask for them.
Or if they have a compromised, they say they have an employee with a compromised immune system, or they have an employee that's not able to get the vaccine because of some pre-existing health condition. You just don't know what's going on in somebody else's world. So, don't wear the mask if you don't wear the mask, if you don't want to wear the mask in the places where they say don't wear a mask. Oh, yeah. But when you walk in somewhere and they say please wear a mask, wear the mask. It's not a big deal.
Please wear a mask. Please wear a mask.
We've gotten used to it. I'm used to it.
I'm just so excited that I don't have to wash my hands anymore. I've been waiting on them.
Everyone's got to see your teeth now is the problem.
I know. I'm like, I want to keep wearing that mask, y'all. No, I go to see the dentist sometime in
tomorrow at 2:30.
No, I don't know when I see the dentist. I see him at some point, somewhere, sometime, some way, some shape.
Well, tell your dentist to sign up for unPAved. That's GTD while you're there.
20% off. I was actually at a doctor.
Here you go, Doc. I'll hook you up if you hook me up.
Okay, so it sounds like unPAved. I'm so excited that things are starting to get back to some semblance of order. I think that by the time October rolls around and we're all there at unPAved, as long as everything hasn't come imploding again, which I don't think is going to happen. I think the vaccines
barring next
work.
pandemic, which is always now a part of our potential future. So
I'm so excited.
Be ready to react if we need to, but otherwise we're marching forward. So
you guys ready to do a little this or that?
Yep.
Want to do a little this or that?
I think.
Okay.
Sure. But
standard rules apply. I will pass it over to Dave first, and Joey, you'll come up next, and then I'll bring it home. And, you don't have to defend your answer if you don't want to. You can just toss one out there. But it's always fun if you explain yourself. It opens up the opportunity for debate. First item on this week's This or That. Dave, charcoal or propane?
Ooh, I am a propane person. I like skirt steaks. I like how quickly they cook, and propane adds to the speed and efficiency of
I like skirts too.
and how.
That's where Brian gets weird.
I have several of them that look very good on me.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know. I cooked on charcoal this whole last week up in up in PA.
North of PA.
No, we were still in PA,
Canada.
That's what they call it up there.
Something, wherever.
Anyway, where I was staying, we had a charcoal grill. I forgot how good food. If you're there doing nothing and you're not worried about time, charcoal's great.
Yeah.
But I love my gas.
Yeah.
But like burgers and other stuff we did on the charcoal, it was so good.
I'm a propane guy now.
Yeah, it's
But
convenient.
It's convenient and it's easy.
Super convenient.
But I'm going to be honest with you. There's something that harkens back to me to that, those days of charcoal when Dad would fire up the grill. And then inevitably, because the charcoal grill was running, it was toasted marshmallows. It was, for some reason, that for me and that smell of the charcoal, there's something that's really kind of special about it. So I love the idea of charcoal, but I love the convenience of propane. Charcoal's
the other reason why we drink one of those, I call it the family size things, a bullet. 2.5 days because you're waiting for it. I was like, we're just sitting here waiting for the
let's
half
have
hour.
dinner in 3 hours once this is warm. All right.
Yeah, I know.
I want to toss something out here. So you gave me that little bit of finger of bourbon.
Yeah,
I very much enjoyed. I don't know if it was the combination or if
the Pacifico and bourbon.
Well, yeah, no, it was really good. I'd take a little
sidecars.
Yeah, I'd take a little sip of the bourbon and then chase it with some of this Pacifico, and that was really. It was. I almost want more bourbon.
You want? Oh well,
no,
maybe not.
No, not going to do more bourbon.
What is I have to need to look this up. I'm going to be called up by my Philly friends. What the lager with a Jack is? Lager and whiskey.
That sounds good.
It sounds real good.
I will say, I was looking forward in the afternoons to getting back early to start the grill, just because I'm cold, wet, tired.
Yeah,
did a lot of miles.
Yeah.
I look forward to just sitting there watching the charcoal.
Watching
There's a nice field that overlooks the river, drinking.
The citywide special, PBR and all drink.
PBR and Jack sounds good.
Yeah.
PBR and Jack. Actually, that sounds really good. The live stream, those folks who are here in Facebook, resoundingly, Ben, Travis, and Ted all came into the side charcoal. And just can't beat, in Ted's words, can't beat that carcinogenic flavor. So.
That's Proteus, Ben.
Okay. Hey, Ben.
Ben's one of the owners.
Second item on this week's This or That, and this is a topic of great debate, and I'm curious what everybody's answer is. Is coleslaw a condiment or a side dish?
I like it as a condiment on a pulled pork sandwich, and I don't like it as a side dish. Otherwise, that's the only way you coleslaw is on top of a pulled pork sandwich.
Okay.
I don't want to reminisce, but yeah, what Dave said.
What Dave?
Like this week, I did a couple pork butts, took them up. I only eat coleslaw on pulled pork. Okay. You won't see me taking it with a fork or eating anything else, just pulled pork.
Well, I'll eat it both ways, but I don't like. We did some southern barbecue when we were traveling this last week, and you go into a southern barbecue in North Carolina, South Carolina restaurant,
vinegary stuff.
It's a condiment. I mean, it's not. You can get it as a side dish, but when you get it as a side dish, you're getting like a half pint of it.
Right. And I'm not going to argue with them either. It's like, no, I only have it on my pulled pork. And then I will take it on my side of my dish and enjoy it.
Yeah,
See, I just eat it on the pork.
Well, okay, so I think we all agree it's a condiment. These restaurants are really kind of like pull the wool over our eyes with this whole it's a side dish thing.
You want to hear us lose some listeners after this comment?
Okay.
You know who makes my favorite coleslaw for pulled pork?
Who?
KFC.
No, their coleslaw is really good because it's really finely chopped.
Yes.
Yeah. If they added some celery seed into that.
Oh.
So the best coleslaws all have like a nice little. You can see that little peppery kind of thing going on.
I do add pepper to my coleslaw.
Celery seed.
But I do love getting a nice pint of KFC if I'm smoking pork.
See, I grew up eating Brunswick stew, North Carolina barbecue, coleslaw, hush puppies. That was kind of like...
That explains a lot.
Well, it explains the belly, maybe. Where's the live stream at? Ben, eat it reluctantly as a side dish. Ben, put it on top of that pulled pork, absolutely. Fine chopped as a condiment, shredded as a side. Ted, got to get all technical.
He is. He's a higher thinker.
Yeah, I think that may be it. I think Ben or Ted might be a little bit smarter than all of us. Third item up on this week's This or That, Wes or Dave? I did it.
Huh? What?
You're not allowed to answer that, Dave.
I don't think any of us are allowed to answer that. That's for
I
the
would
live.
choose
No,
Wes.
we're going to skip this.
Wes, there's something about
Wes is funnier than me.
Wes just has, like, you could be talking about white blank sheet of paper. Like, Wes will make the weirdest, best joke out of it. Like, he can just, and then he can be talking about this number 2 pencil, and Wes will just pull something out of his hat.
And you know what would happen to me back when we first started all this?
What?
He would make jokes like that. And
you wouldn't get it.
I wouldn't get it because I'm so involved in all the technology and watching things and doing this. And then I would go back to edit it, and I would listen to that, and I would just sit there, and I would literally lose it. Kind of like with, like, God, I don't believe he said that.
He just comes up with stuff.
I don't know. He's got a certain wit about him.
Yes.
That is it's very difficult to compete
It really
with.
makes me miss the times when you used to edit these.
I don't edit them anymore. I just hit the button. Wes, we miss you. Please come back
We
to
love
us.
you.
Please.
You think Wes will make it out to unpaved?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's get the dirty chain guys to kidnap him and bring him out.
It's a good
Are
idea.
they signed up?
Are they coming?
I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't seen any teams.
They can
in
all
there.
You
get
act like
one.
I'm a promoter and have looked at these things. I don't know.
So Travis just maybe won
I'll just work
the
here.
internet comments of all time. Wes on pulled pork, Dave is a side dish.
Oh man, if we did titles still, that would have been the best.
That actually is this title. Wes is
Oh,
what's on
jeez.
pulled pork and Dave is a side dish. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. That was a really made my evening right there. Last item on this week's This or That. Would you rather get dropped or run out of water at about the 80% mark on a big ride?
I got dropped on a regular basis this weekend, so I'm fine. I need water. Dropped.
Joey?
I don't ever stay with a group. I mean, I'm going to stick with the water. The times I do ride with a group, I do get dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just do my own thing.
I have gotten...
I'm usually dropping you, Joey. Yeah.
No, with COVID, I've gotten very used to riding alone.
Right.
Because, I think a lot of us, we'd ride with groups.
Bike shop schedule, I'm always riding alone.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten to that space, and I almost seem like, I hate to say it, but I really kind of come to the point where I enjoy it. Yeah.
I'm going to change my answer because that was really getting tired of getting dropped on Saturday. So I would say, all right, no, I'm sitting in. I'm fine. I'll drink beer an hour from now. I don't need water. I'm not getting dropped. I don't need water. Changing my answer.
I could just, if you're with a group, you could just reach over and steal somebody else's bottle, and they never even know it.
Right. Oh, Celine hardly touches her water bottles, and I drank 3 on the bike and half my Camelback up. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I would definitely go with getting dropped. Just running out of water is kind of spooky for me. I wouldn't like that.
I even when I ride with Jess, I'm always riding by myself.
Yeah,
It's kind of sad.
I hear you, buddy.
I was riding with Sam and Jess like 2 weeks ago. That was like the Joey ride, and then the Sam and Jess ride.
I was going to say I'm sitting here getting ready to ask you if you're going to do another Saturday morning thing. But
Every Saturday, 7:00 now.
I'm gone again.
Oh, Sunday we have a 40 or 50.
Yeah,
Well, I said half that I ride alone.
I'm gonna make that this week. Ben said run out of water. I can drink at the end. I think that's a
Ding.
good. Yeah, that's a
My
good
point.
answer.
True, but I drink a lot of water sometimes.
Yeah, and everybody, Travis, getting dropped.
Beer's in the cooler.
Okay.
I got to make my bike lighter so I can drink all the water.
I always wondered about that. The other thing I wondered about when I was riding down Route 4 today with the wind in my face, do you actually get any benefit on a highway like that from the cars going by you? Do you think there's any benefit as you're on a bicycle on the shoulder and you get a whole stream of cars that come by.
Because I think you get then the turbulence that comes off of it afterwards. So if you get any benefit, I bet it's overwhelmed by the amount of wind that comes off of that car afterwards.
There's the occasional few times on 4 when like a couple tractor trailers go by and you're like, ooh. Mm-hmm. Not enough to make a difference, I don't think.
Yeah, I've never really felt it. I mean, I've definitely had when the tractor trailers go by, I felt the sideways.
Oh, yeah.
I felt that sideways push. But I was thinking about it today. It was like, because I was pondering jumping out into traffic to try to get behind somebody and stay off the shoulder. But I can't get anything out of him over there. Did you? Okay.
What?
Nothing. I was wondering about, I really truly was wondering about that. You guys got anything else before we shut this thing down? We're at our marks.
No, I'm just glad you guys are back. I missed you.
Thank you, Dave, for joining us. It's always a treat and always a pleasure. And I'm hope we'll do it more often. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at Rothrock.
Yeah, that's soon. That's in a couple weeks.
When is that? First week of June?
First week of June.
Yeah.
Not this weekend, but the weekend after.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, it is. You want to go?
I just realized it this last week.
You want to go?
I did like 1,500 miles in my car in like 5 days.
Right.
Dude,
so did you... all right, we'll divert real quick. Which way did you go up there? Did you drive up the turnpike?
No, I've done that like Jersey Turnpike.
No, the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Oh, because I've actually gone up
route.
to the Catskills through the Jersey Turnpike before.
Ooh.
It's almost equal distance.
Oh, all right.
Which is weird. I went like through Harrisburg. I know I went through. I ended up like I turned off at Scranton. I saw the what do they call it? Lackawanna. It's not
Lackawanna.
No.
Lackawanna.
Yeah, I saw the Lackawanna
Lacka-
signs, and I'm like, I think that's cool. I don't know. I took a detour this time. Waze took me around a really bad accident on, was it 95 or whatever?
Nope.
I don't know.
Not 95.
I basically went almost down to Allentown and shot over. That's why I was like, I should have
That's why I
texted
was
Dave.
kind of curious. Like, if you came through Allentown, I was thinking you went dead north because I've been looking at the Endless Mountains region of Pennsylvania. It's got tons of gravel up there. So there might be more.
I always forget how hilly Pennsylvania is until I drive through it. So I did realize that. Man, I was getting 36 miles to the gallon in the Subaru.
Holy
which
cow.
was awesome. Considering last year I drove
really
my
great.
pickup truck that got 14.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
I was like, dang. Was it 81?
Yay, Subarus.
So the joke, I think the last time we had Dave on here, not the last time, we were talking about roof racks and hitch racks and stuff, and all I got is roof racks right now.
Right. That's all you can get. So.
That's all I can get. And I'm kind of finally embracing it. I might be the roof rack gang.
You're going to bring it back.
Bring it back.
Bring back the roof rack. I like it. I like that. Look good on you.
Here's the next T-shirt.
Hashtag.
Back the roof.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel bringing back the roof rack.
I'm terrified of roof racks. As soon as I get a hitch.
Yeah,
I do not miss them. No.
You drive a tour van, and you've got 13 of people's bikes sitting on the top of that van, and it's on top of and you have to I put a little sticker on the steering wheel, bikes on top, so that I know.
Right.
And
we took out my first road trip across country coming back from Montana. We took out a couple bikes on the roof going through like a Taco Bell. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, folks, thanks for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. This is a listener-supported podcast by some amazing, incredible people on Patreon and PayPal. Folks, our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Well, they can call us at, what's your cell phone number?
410-231-3850.
Sorry, yeah. 4664.
Stop.
That's the last digits of his phone number.
Every time I do the
All
Zoom
right.
thing, I have to remind him. But when he gets here in the section of where he gives out a
just
phone
clicks.
number, it's like my phone number just rolls right off of his tongue.
I think you should put Wes's phone number on this and just let him
Good
start
idea.
doing the voicemails.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that
that
one
could be
time.
his contribution. He could just call in and say, "Here are the voicemails from this week."
Did I ever tell you about the time Wes gave out my number on World of Warcraft?
Yeah, we talked
We talked about it on here? Yeah. So maybe his time's coming.
Could be.
I got like 50 messages that night. All right. Our website is at graveltraveldirt.com. Our gram, as Wes says, we don't use it, but everyone uses Instagram nowadays, is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. And our phone number, I'm going to advise a new option of this. 410-231-3850. I listened to a fishing podcast by Orvis. Lately, this guy Tom has been doing, you know how you can do like voice recordings on your phone? Mm-hmm. He's had people do voice recordings and email it over.
Oh.
It is so clear. Like, it sounds like they're sitting here talking to you.
Maybe we could do that.
And then you can, there's no time, there's no time constraint. That's the only thing that sucks.
It is an issue with your voicemail system.
We can edit it.
It's pro and a con. There has been times where you could tell this guy Tom totally like shuts it off really early. But I will say the quality is amazing.
Yeah,
it's just
idea.
an email file.
It's a good idea. Hey, Dave, how can folks get in touch with you, and how can they get in touch with unPAved?
Well, my phone, no. People find my phone number. I don't need to put it out on the interweb.
That happens to me.
We are at unPavedPennsylvania.com. We are on the Instagram at unPavedPennsylvania. Check us out there. We put a lot of things on. I'm going to need to get back on that a little bit myself. We are on Facebook at unPaved PA. Our Facebook group is the unPavers. Actually, just unPavers if you search for that. Join us over there. There's a lot of spirited conversation about, will this bike work for unPaved?
Mm-hmm. It's a great group. I remember that.
It's been a really good, solid group. I'm really happy.
Someone was asking about doing it on like
tires
25s.
and things. Ooh. Yeah, and got a lot of advice.
He didn't get shot down, which was awesome.
I know.
It was very supportive, which was awesome.
It's a great group.
Yeah.
100%. Yay, gravel community.
I don't think I'd do that on 25s.
Brett Chatterton would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
Yeah.
He's one of those people. It's like, just because Brett Chatterton did it doesn't mean it's possible.
Folks, Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from the Pleasure Center of the Universe, a.k.a. Joey's Hot Box.
Pennsylvania.
I was going to go with Pennsylvania.
Well, I've got that in here, too, or Joey's Kitchen. It's good to be back in the kitchen.
You just make things weird.
And the Gravel Center of the Universe, a.k.a. Mr. Dave Pryor's backyard. Thank you, Dave, once again for joining us. It is, like I said, always a pleasure. Happy to hear. Any time you want to get back on this, you are welcome. Thanks, everybody, for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, stay healthy.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.